This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. Hope my voice is audible for everyone.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Thank.
sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes,
audible.
yes,
You're
sir.
audible. Yes. One can confirm. Am I audible, guys? Yes, you're audible, sir.
You are audible.
Yes,
Guys, am I audible, guys? Anybody can confirm?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. Hope my voice is audible for everyone. My screen is also visible for everyone. So, so in yesterday's session, basically we discussed about uh, the course content. What are all the topic that we are going to cover as part of the learning? So today, what we will do, we will start our day one topic, because today pretty much the understanding is actually important. So we'll start the day one topic. So I am encouraging everybody, please stop me at any point of time, because these are fundamental things, basic things. Lot of interview question will come. So please stop me at any point of time and ask your question, and then we'll move to the next topics, guys. Okay. So I understand in this forum a mixture of freshers, experienced people will be there. So for everybody's benefit, I'll start this content from the scratch, and we will discuss in a detailed way. Okay. So sometimes whatever the technical terms and terminologies that I am using, if you feel it is actually little you need a little clarity, please ask your question, and then we will discuss on that. Okay. So the first one is performance testing. What is performance testing, guys? Before even going to that performance testing, because everybody in this forum need a certain clarity on uh, uh, what is this life cycle and all, right? So you guys would have heard about a testing called functional testing. Okay. And you guys would have heard about a testing called non-functional testing. Okay. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry. So you guys would have heard about testing types called functional testing and non-functional testing. Okay, maybe those who did not hear, I'll tell you. Okay, so usually what happens is that when the developer they are developing their code, okay, their code, what developers they will do, they will develop their own module, individual module, and they will do a testing called unit testing. Unit testing. Okay, they will do a testing called unit testing. Okay. So unit testing is something developer what they are doing, right? That is actually called as unit testing, unit level. Once they are comfortable with whatever they developed, okay, the unit level code whatever they developed and they are testing it, what they will do, they will integrate those unit level code. They will integrate those unit level code, and they will test it one more time. That is actually called as integration testing or system integration testing. Okay, they call that as IST or SIT. IST or SIT. Okay. So unit level testing, yes, the developer they are doing when they are developing their own code, right? And then integration testing, they are integrating and then putting into a separate environment. That environment they call that as system test environment, system integration testing environment. Okay. And after completion of the system integration testing, they'll give it to one more testing called user acceptance testing. Okay, acceptance testing. So this user acceptance testing is nothing but somebody from the client team, somebody from the customer team or the end user team, they will come and test this application, and then they will certify that application is actually working as expected. It is actually working as expected. Okay, that is actually the user acceptance testing. So what happens, in most of the organization, in parallel to this user acceptance testing, they are also doing performance testing. Okay, they are also doing performance testing. Okay, because while doing the user acceptance testing only, the application would be more stable. Okay, in that stable application, if you are doing performance testing, is actually the good approach. That is the reason in most of the organization they are doing the performance testing exactly in the timeline of user acceptance testing, but without even disturbing the end user. You have to do it. If you are giving too much load, your system will crash. So that way you have to maintain it. Okay, so this is how performance testing people are actually doing it. Okay, so I'll park the topic there. And I told you, right, there are two type of testing people are doing: functional testing and non-functional testing. Functional testing and non-functional testing. Functional testing means what? Your application is actually working fine or what? How will you check your application is working fine or what? You will give username and password and click submit. It is logging into the application or what? You are clicking on the link is working or what? You are clicking on the button is working or what? You are clicking on a drop down, it is actually working or what? Like that, each and every functionality that you are checking, right? That is actually called as functional testing. The functionality, basic core functionality is actually working or what? Like that, if you are checking, that is actually called as functional testing. Basic core functionality you are checking, right? That is actually called as functional testing. Okay, there is another testing type. Okay, that is actually you are going to check the non-functional aspect of the application. Non-functional aspect of the application, what are all the things non-functional aspect of the application? Compatibility, usability, security, accessibility, and then performance. And then performance. Why I am telling this? Because performance is actually comes under where? Non-functional testing. Performance testing is actually comes under where? Non-functional testing. Functional testing, actually functional testing, what people are doing, no, they are either doing manually, or they are doing using the automation tool. Okay, there are industry familiar automation tools like Selenium or UFT. There are tools are there.
Nurbi,
Using
hatta dono
tools
pakam
also,
tarza.
they will automate that process. Okay, what
Pakam
is this
surat.
manual
Nurbi.
means? Manual testing means we as a human, we are manually going to check that application one by one. They'll test something called test cases. They will test something called test cases. That test cases they will check one by one. They'll check and they'll say pass, test case fail, test case pass, test case fail. Like that, they will mark it down in the Excel sheet. Okay, they'll mark it down in the Excel sheet. If there is any failure, they'll raise the defects. They'll raise the defects either in Jira or Quality Center. There are tools are there. In that tools, they'll raise the defects. What developers will do? They will check those defects. If the defects are valid, they'll do the code fix. If the defects are not valid, they'll reject. Okay, so like this only the testing process will happen in the real time. The testing process will happen in the real time. Manual testing means you are manually testing the application and you are raising the defect if there is any problem, and then they will fix the issue. Again, you will retest that particular test case, and if it is working, you will say pass. If it is not working, you will say fail. That is how manual testing is working. The same manual testing they are doing. Okay, that same manual testing test cases, if they are automating, Okay, there is a tools that are available, right? They are automating that functional test cases using selenium, using uft. That is, they are calling that as functional automation testing. They call that as functional automation testing. Okay, so in the it world, guys, in the it world, yes, manual testing is a job role, automation testing is a job role. Like that, there is a non-functional aspect of the testing is there. In that aspect only, performance testing is actually comes into picture. Performance testing is actually comes into picture. Okay, so before going to the performance testing definition, I'll explain about other definition, synopsis of small explanation about other topic, and then straight away we'll come to our objective. Compatibility testing. What is this compatibility testing? If you are launching your particular application in the browser, we are making sure in which version of the browser your application is actually working good. That is actually called as browser compatibility testing. Okay, so there are application, they'll say so and so chrome browser version, so and so edge browser version, only your application will work like that. So in that case, which means that that application will work only in that version of the browser. In other browser, your content will not load properly. That is actually called as browser compatibility testing. Okay, I think you guys would have seen many instances where the content will not load properly in the browser because your browser may be a latest version, your tool, your application is actually little older version. That is the reason it is not compatible and it is actually creating the problem. I'll take a pause here, guys. Any question till now? Okay, very good. So usability testing. Okay, compatibility, browser compatibility is also there, and there is one more compatibility called device compatibility. Okay, your device is actually working fine or what for so and so version of the app. Okay, that is also something. That is the reason in certain times you will get update from the app and all, right, to make your device compatible for your application. It is actually there. So that is also kind of a compatibility testing only. And usability testing means how usable your application is it user friendly or it is very complex to use. You are doing lot of navigation, or with a simple navigation itself you are able to achieve your objective or what. That is actually called as usability testing. Your application should be very 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 user friendly. That you are going to test it in the usability testing. Security testing means what? If there are external attack that is actually happening in your application, whether your application is able to manage that security attack. They call that as a static attack, dynamic attack, DDoS attack, like that, lot of attack that are there. So when they are performing the security testing, your application is actually working fine or what, like that they will check it using security testing. Using security testing. Accessibility testing means what? See, there are users, I mean, there are users, they will have a physically challenged, right? Eyesight problem or ear problem. There are people will be there. For those end users, is there any provision available in your application or what? Okay, for those who are having eyesight problem or ear problem, for those people, is there any provision available in your application or what? That is actually called as accessibility testing. I don't know how many of you observed in your keyboard, in your laptop or computer keyboard, in j button there will be a projection. There will be a projection. If you observe your j button, there will be a projection. Why? Those who are having the eye problem, right, blindness, right? So for those people, they can touch and feel that is actually the j button. So this is all a simple example for your accessibility. Accessibility testing basically focus on the people, whether they are whether our application is actually having any provisions to engage those people as well. Okay, that is the reason we are having it. Okay, finally, our objective, our I mean, why we are actually joining this session, we are going to learn the performance testing, right? So performance testing means what? Checking the application stability under various workload condition. Okay, checking the application stability under various workload condition. Okay, just a minute. Okay, checking the application stability under various workload condition. Okay, that is actually called as performance testing. Performance testing, you are going to check the performance of the application, how quickly it is actually loading, how it is actually handle the different load condition. If there is a sudden traffic, how your application is actually working, all those things you are going to check it in the performance testing. You are going to check it in the performance testing. I'll take a pause here, guys. Any question till now? Yeah, so I understand we are actually we understand what we are discussing. So if you really feel that or you can even type the question if you feel like you don't want to ask, you can type privately also, and then I'll read and ask those questions as well. Okay, not a problem for me. So because see, anything and everything we are learning here, it is a foundation, basic. Okay, if you are not having the confidence, see, it is like first floor, if it is not strong, and then you are going to the sorry, basement if it is not strong, and if you are going to the first floor, that's actually, it's not a comfortable one, right? So that's the reason these basic things, if you are getting it in a detailed way in your real time, this will be very very useful. And the way you are going to talk to the interviewer, or the way you are going to talk to your manager, they'll feel so comfortable, because you have that much of a depth knowledge. That is the reason we are learning all these things. Maybe in this forum there are people already aware of these concepts, but I wanted to give this information for the benefit of others, those who are very very new to this IT world, or testing world. For those people I'm explaining everything. Okay, any question, guys, till now? We are clear?
Compatibility means two project they will comparison.
Rabia,
Yeah.
you're asking something, but I did not hear anything.
No, no, what I mean, compatibility means two project they are comparing.
Sorry, just now I heard your voice. Come again. Repeat your question. Sorry.
No, what I'm asking, compatibility means two project they will, compare that.
No, see what will happen. The developers, they are developing their components, right? Those components, they'll check it in so and so version of the browser, and they'll certify, okay, all your components that are actually working fine in so and so version of the browser. If it is older browser, sometimes certain component will not work, or if it is very latest browser, sometimes your component will not work. So in that way, developers will develop their components to certify it will work fine in so and so version of the browser. That is how we are also going to check the application. Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, see, many times, I don't know, you guys, if you are opening any old apps, suddenly you will get an update message because it is not compatible. You wanted to take the latest update, then only it will work. So those are the typical example. Okay, and in certain cases, if you are using a old mobile, but you are trying to access something latest app. So if you are trying to use latest app, sometimes your device will not accept that latest app. So that is also certain times it'll happen. So these are the technical issues. So if you are not properly doing the compatibility testing, that will not work. Okay, so our focus area is actually performance testing. So I told you, checking the stability of the application under various workload conditions. I'll tell you over the period certain examples also. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to spend much time. I'm going to spend another 2 to 3 minutes for one more thing also, because yesterday I gave the word to everybody that I'll explain how things are actually working in the real ground when the project is actually reaching. So okay, maybe it is little out of the topic, but I'll quickly cover and then I'll come back to the regular flow. So what will happen? The customers will always float the requirement to the service companies, or whoever the vendors they are there. They'll float the document, right? That floating document, in general they call that as RFP, request for proposal. Request for proposal. So what customers will do, they'll create a document about their requirement and what is their expectation from the vendor and what are all the things that vendors has to do. Those informations, it will be there in the RFP document, and then they'll float the copy to every vendors in the industry. I mean most of the service level vendors in the industry. It may be, see, sometimes the customer will give you requirements either to develop a particular product or test a particular product or maintain a particular product. Usually this is the requirement they'll give you. Okay, other than that there are additional things that are there, but majorly they'll give you development project, testing project, maintenance project. Okay, so as a service company, what they will do, either they will submit their document either for the development project or for the testing project or for the maintenance project. Sometimes they will submit for all if they are having the capability. And what will happen, every service companies, they will submit their document, right? Customer will analyze and understand which vendor gave a nice document with the proper understanding, with the proper supporting documents and everything. They will invite those service company vendors for the defense presentation, customer presentation. Okay, so what that time what will happen, these service company people, they'll go and they will do the defense presentation and they will impress the customer, and based on that either they will get the development project or testing project or maintenance project. Okay, and based on that only they will do either development activity, testing activity or maintenance activity. In that testing activity only I'm talking about, testing is a major part. In that sub classification only, performance testing. Okay, majorly testing can be anything, it can be manual, it can be automation, it can be performance, anything. But in that category only performance testing will come. So that whenever the service companies, they are winning that project, that time, based on the project deal value, I mean project deal condition, say they are saying they are winning the development project or they are winning the testing project or maintenance project, based on that only we will get the requirements. Okay, that's where performance testing work is actually comes into picture, guys. Okay, this is a story behind. Okay, because as yesterday, while I was explaining, I gave the word that I will explain about these things, but I explained in a nutshell. This is how in real time the proposals will come, and the business analyst or the techie people, they will process that RFP document, and they'll reply back with their PPTs or Word documents with the proper justification, what are all the capabilities that they are having. Customer will go through those documents and they'll say, oh, okay, I think you are having a capability of whatever I defined, so you come and do the defense presentation. And they will go and do the defense presentation based on the justification that they are providing, or based on the questions raised by the customer. If you are giving a detailed explanation for those questions, they will award the project to the respective service vendors. So this is how in real world it works, guys. Okay, so under that only performance testing is actually comes into picture. Under that only we are going to use Apache JMeter for our performance testing. I'll take a pass here, guys. Any question till now? Yeah, see, why I am explaining these things, guys. uh, I know in this forum somebody will try for interviews, right? 4 years, 6 years, 7 years, like that. If you're going for the interviews, you should know all these things, so that you are proving to the interviewer that you know everything. Okay, right from how the project is actually coming, how you are starting your work, like that. If you are explaining, so that the interviewer will feel comfortable, okay, if I'm recruiting this particular person, end to end they will own the project, my task is little easy, like that they'll feel comfortable. So that's the reason we are I mean going through all these contents. Okay, straight away we'll come back to our regular flow. What is performance testing? Yes, we discussed about performance testing, checking the stability of the application under various workload condition. So you are going to check your application by doing different type of testing. That is what the next topic. That is what the next topic. Types of performance testing. Types of performance testing. Okay. So first type is what? Load test. Load test. Load test. In industry, Right now, many performance testers, they are only doing load testing only. Okay, many performance testers, they are only doing load testing only. Okay. uh, Okay, many performance testers, they are only doing load testing only. What is this load testing means? What, guys? Please understand about these terms and definitions of each things, because in interview they will cross question. They'll cross question by asking different way. But if you know the foundation of these things, whatever the question that they are asking, you can easily handle them. Okay, that's the reason. So load test means what? Okay, by definition. Okay, checking the application, checking the application with the expected user load. Checking the application. Those who are not talking, please go on mute, please. Sorry. Checking the application with the expected user load, that is actually called as load testing. Okay, what is this expected user load? What is this expected user load? So in production so and so user load is actually expected. For that condition, you are testing it in the local environment, which is the QA environment, right? That is actually called as load test. Okay, so and so user, what is that so and so user? Say like you are expecting some 1,000 users, they are going to come to your production environment. 1,000 end users, they are going to come to your production environment. That is what you are expecting means. For that condition, you are going to test it in your QA environment itself, making sure your application is actually working for 1,000 user load. That's where this load testing is actually comes into picture. Checking the application with the expected user load, that is what my expectation. This is what this many users only I'm expecting in the production. For that user load, I'm going to test it in the QA environment itself. That is what the load testing definition. Okay, during interview, what they will do? During interview, they'll say, okay, if it is a brand new application, if it is a brand new application, how will you do the expected user load? How will you understand the expected user load? That's a good question, right? Because what I told, there are two types of applications. One is new application, another one is existing application. What is new application, what is existing application? New application means right now only we did the development. Now only we did the development. Okay, which is not reached to the production at all. None of the end user they used our application. This is the first time we are doing the testing itself. That is a new application. Existing application means what? That application is already there in the production. Many end users they are using it. For that application, you are one more time doing performance testing. That is actually called as existing application. Okay, new application means till now it did not reach the production. This is the first time it is going to the production. Those applications are actually called as new application. Existing application means what? That application is already there in the production. Okay, already existing users are using that application. For that application, second time you are going to do the performance testing. That is actually called as existing application. Okay, so now you will understand. Existing application means it is already there in the production. So already production servers are monitored by monitoring tool, so that through the monitoring tool you can easily understand how many users are using your application, how many transactions that they created over the period of time. 1 hour, how many transactions that they created. One day, how many transactions that they created. Like that, you can easily understand if it is a existing application, because it is already there in the production. Production servers are already monitored by monitoring tools, so that it is easy for you to get the expected user load in the case of existing application. Expected user load in the case of existing application. Okay, if it is a brand new application, how will you do that? How will you understand that if it is a brand new application? Yes, that time how you have to answer, you need to tell them, we need to discuss with the business analyst, customer, stakeholder, or somebody from the development team, with all the people we will discuss, and we will do certain assumption. The word is actually assumption. We will do certain assumption. Based on the assumptions, we will do load testing for the brand new application. That is the answer. That is the answer. For the brand new application, you are going to discuss with the customer, stakeholder, business analyst, developer. With all these people, we will discuss, and finally, we'll do certain assumptions. And for that assumed condition, we are going to do the load testing. Okay, during the interview, if somebody is asking for a brand new application, how will you do load testing? Means this is how you have to answer. I'll take a pause here, guys. Any question till now? Okay, very good. So for
Sorry.
Sir, can you please explain again that brand new application?
brand new
Hello?
application means, yeah, Purti, am I audible, Purti?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, uh, if it is a brand new application means now only you did the development itself. Okay, now only you are doing the development itself. Okay, and now only you are going to do all type of testing. In that case, you don't have any clue, any prior existing knowledge about what is actually happening. In that case, how will you approach your load testing thing? That is a question. Okay, that is a valid question, right? Because it is a brand new application, you don't have any idea how many people they will use it in the production and all, right? So that time only you are going to answer to them those. I mean, you are going to discuss with stakeholder, business analyst, somebody from the customer team or from the development team. You all will discuss and you will do the assumption, and finally for the assumed load condition you are going to do the testing. Okay, that you are able to understand, Purti?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Purti. So I think somebody that's a greenfield application, correct? See, it's a technical term, but you can use it like a layman word, new application itself. Greenfield application is also the same. Okay, and I think you got the question. Yeah. So yeah, usually they are asking this question. So obviously, you will get this question very very. I mean, every time also you will get this question, because regularly people going through the internet and then they are preparing the questions, right? See, if you are asking me, those who are working in the ground, maybe they'll ask different questions. But certain times, what will happen? They will Google it and then they'll bring the questions. Definitely, they'll ask these kind of questions. Yeah. So I think someone else also asked the question. Did I miss someone?
Yes, actually, I'm asking that for existing application, do the testers will look into the monitoring tools and they will get the details for the load testing?
Ex-
How many users
expect
are working on?
Expectation is yes. Expectation is yes. Reality is no. Okay. Expectation is yes, you need to do that. But in reality, nobody is actually doing it, because they'll say, I don't have access to production servers. And nobody is actually sharing the server log. Like that, they will say n number of reasons, and people are actually not doing, and actually, they are not doing it. But the expectation is yes, you should have basic understanding about how to do this kind of a small activity and try to drill down and then identify concurrent user or throughput numbers and all. But in reality, out of 100 percentage, probably 3 to 5% of the people only they are doing. 95% of the people they are not doing. Okay, Rahul?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But in interview they will ask this question to check you have experience. No other go. You have to say yes. Yes, I have experience, like that. So there are monitoring tools like Dynatrace or AppDynamics, or there are tools like Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, or there are tools like AWS Stats, or there are tools like Apache Log Viewer. There are tools are there. Through the tools you can get these kind of numbers at least. Okay, whether that you are doing or not, at least some way you have to answer to those questions, because those are usual questions that you will get it wrong. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, for the learners who joined today for evaluating us, this is Kumar sir number 8019952427. Okay, I'll copy paste this number in the chat. You guys can take it. This is Kumar sir number. Even I'll copy paste this course content in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, already we started the session, guys. This is a day one session. Already we started interview questions, industry best practices, all the things we started. This is how daily session will be there. A lot of things we will discuss. Industry best practices we will discuss. What interviewers they will ask day in day out, what are all the things that they'll expect from you, all the things we will discuss. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. 8019952427 is number. And this is a weekday session. Monday to Friday we are going to have the session, and that to 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. Corresponding timelines are there in the website itself. You can go through. The US students or UK learners, Australia learners, you can go through the timings. Okay, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. Corresponding timeline is actually there in the website itself. And this is actually 30 plus hours of session we are going to have it. 30 plus hours of session we are going to have it. How many years of experience we can keep if you have that's your confidence level. Your name is actually mentioned as P. That's your confidence level. I would say you can, after completing, you can put any number of years, because that much level we are going to cover it. But yeah, Prakash, sorry. So yeah, Prakash, so it is up to your high level of confidence what you wanted to have it. It's your wish. You can have n number of years. Definitely you can put high level of years of experience, because we are going to cover almost all aspects in the JMeter. Okay. only load runner only no. See, I think I did not get your question. Only JMeter only. No. Okay, JMeter only, how many years of experience you wanted to put it? That is a question, if I understand correctly. Okay, you type in your answer. You teach only JMeter. No,
I
I teach all. See, I'll tell you. I'll teach JMeter, LoadRunner, NeoLoad, okay, Gatling, and then Dynatrace, AppDynamics, Neuralink, Datadog, Performance Engineering. These are the things. Oh, in this course, it is only JMeter. Yeah, we are going to learn API performance also. It is there in the syllabus. Ceremony it is there. When will be new LoadRunner batch your end? Please reach out to Kumar sir. Kumar sir will update you. Kumar sir will update you on that time. Neha, you can ask your question, Neha.
Sir, I want to know that will you be using some real-time examples?
Always you will use that only. Okay, everything that you are going to do practical learning only. So we will do that.
And it will be a
So
like a
Swati.
real-time project.
So yeah, see, the application, whatever you are working is immaterial, Neha. I'll give the exercise, right? Those exercise, when you are doing it with the proper understanding, you can handle any application in the world. But provided the basic understanding is important. Okay, so I'll give you different example activity. You go through that. If you are facing any challenge, you come back. We will discuss in the regular sessions. Okay. Swati, I think
Oh,
the same answer for you as well, Swati. Yeah, Ashish, you can ask your question. Ashish, you can ask your question. We can record class now, sir. Yeah. The current session is actually recording, Prakash. Maybe I missed that statement. Every session, after the session, you will get the recorded video, and these videos you are going to have it for the lifetime access. Lifetime access will be there for these videos. A number of times you can watch it. Even after completion of the course, also you can watch it. You can bring your question. We can discuss. No, that's what. Whatever the assignment that I'm giving, you are going to practice with that applications only, Swati. Yeah. So for the learners who joined today for evaluating us, thanks for joining first. Thanks for giving me
Hello.
this. I think Ashish, I did not hear your voice till now.
Sorry, Satish.
This is
Actually,
Ragul.
I have one question. Yeah.
Yeah, Ragul, please.
If you while doing performance testing means like while working on it, while working on assignments, if you got some errors, so you will be helpful on next day or else need to ask on the same session.
On the same day itself we can ask, Rahul, in WhatsApp straight away you can post your question. That is very important. The thing is, I'll tell you, I mean, you stand in my side. Sometimes what will happen, n number of students across the batches, across things, they'll post their questions, right? Maybe I'm one by one resolving it, right? It may take a little time in connecting to you. It doesn't mean that next day, but definitely I will connect it quickly if I'm straight away available. If I'm occupied with some other things, maybe it will take a little time, Rahul. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
performance testing on API and web application both will be covered in this course. Yes, Ashish, it is there. Both are covered. Both are covered. Yeah. So, guys, I think we already started the session. From tomorrow, yes, we are going to start little more detailed things. So we don't want to miss any concepts or interview questions or technical things. Please enroll yourself for this course journey. We all will travel in this course journey. Thanks for joining. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks all. Bye bye.